MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Hey, good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. Today's Tuesday, right?
It is. It's Tuesday.
Glad y'all are here. We have breaking news this morning that just came in, murder in Meridian. This just happened. As we go to the details of this, Meridian Police Department is investigating a murder that happened at 16th Avenue and 22nd Street. All the details that we have at this point is that it was a male that was shot. He has died from his injuries, and this just adds to the list of murders that have happened in Meridian. As details come available on this, we will pass that along to you. And let me pull this up so you can see this on a map of where this actually happened. Again, right here is going to be Highway 39 is where this is. This is old Highway 45. This is going up. You're going to have EMEPA here. This is where Dairy Queen is, and where a lot of crime has been happening. It would be due west of there, 22nd Street, back in the 16th Avenue area here. As you get over in this area here, the hospitals are going to be down. Here's Jeff Anderson Regional on 14th. It's from here. It's west of Highway 39 is where this happened. And there have been a lot of crime in that area here lately. But that is breaking news as you're waking up this morning. Murder overnight. It did happen around 4 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning.
Goodness.
And what's that old saying that your grandma told you? Nothing good ever happens after midnight.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Still a lot to be found out about this. Now, another story that broke yesterday in the Meridian area, and I think most people have heard of this by now, and this is just scary. And let me go over here and get this lined up so I can show a picture from this of who the Meridian Police Department is looking for. An 80-year-old lady was asleep yesterday morning. Someone, more or less, I wasn't there, but I think kicked in the door, broke into the house some way or another.
Yeah.
They go in and they drag her out of the house and make her drive them around. It's a man, and drive her around Meridian. At some point, he forcibly puts her in the trunk of her own car. He continues to drive around Meridian and goes to a hotel and picks up two women. From there, they stop at a convenience store. He goes in, and for whatever reason, and this is where the details are sketchy, and I don't know much of what happened from point A to B, but the two ladies that he picked up drive off in the car. They call police and say they hear a suspicious sound in the trunk. They pull into the parking lot of Meridian Community College. The Meridian Police Department shows up and examines the car and finds the 80-year-old lady, or elderly lady, let me say that, I don't know her exact age, in the trunk of her own car.
Yeah.
She's got a couple scratches, but she's okay. I don't think she asked for medical attention, and she goes home. Now, that's a story. Investigators are in this. Now, what is your first question when you hear this story?
My thing is, if he picked two women up at a hotel and there's a woman in the back, if somebody threw me in the trunk, I'd be continuously screaming to get out of the trunk.
And they
so, like, you're going to ride to the service station or wherever from the hotel, even if it's a mile down the road, you're not going to say you didn't hear something in the trunk the whole time.
And I mean, this is where you go, okay, do they not... I know me and you would not get in a car of someone we didn't know. I don't know why. It tends you to believe they don't know the fella. Here's a picture of this guy here. Let me show this to you. This is
hard to
that's most of these convenience store cameras are hard, but that is the gentleman that and it is hard to identify somebody from that picture.
Yeah.
But I have all kinds of questions. Why? Number one, as we just talked about, would you get into a car that you didn't know who they were? And and then why? Because you're driving at that point in a stolen car. If you don't know the guy, why would you leave in the car? Why wouldn't you get out and go off and call police?
Well, I mean, if he went to a hotel to pick two women up,
how did he know to go pick them up?
How did he get? I mean, if they didn't know him, I mean, do you just randomly stop at a hotel and two women? I mean,
blow the horn. Good question.
Well, that kind of didn't add up, but
there's a lot that
I hope they catch them. Though.
But yeah, dragging somebody out of their home and forcing them to do that. And, I do not know if he actually got cash or anything from her. It's still under investigation. There's more to this story than we know at this point. But lock your doors.
Right.
That's the big thing that I get out of this.
That's right. Lock your doors. And, I guess they can still bust in on it. Just be
absolutely.
aware. That's just for, preying on elderly people. That. It's just,
Prayers for her. That has to be, whether you're okay or not, that has to be, is it traumatic? Is that?
Well, yeah. That would be traumatic. To just be woken up, by somebody busting in your house. That'd be awful. So I hope they catch them.
Yeah, me too. As we'll update you on this story as it kind of develops and what's going on with it. That too story.
Too much craziness happening.
Yeah.
For sure.
Without a doubt. Let's see here. We got a lot of folks starting to tune in. We do appreciate everybody. If you wouldn't mind, and share if you're watching on that. And if you're watching from home on your television, you can always interact with us by posting a message. We'd love to hear from you this morning.
Yes. Yes, we always love reading your comments. And do you want to say some good morning?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Sandy Kaz, good morning. She's drinking her coffee on the front porch. That sounds nice. Milton Sable, Malcolm Davidson, good morning. And Denise Burnside, good morning to you.
Let's see, where was Kathy watching from? Where'd she go there? My little doodaddy moved on me there. And I had my ducks in a row, just 30 seconds. Bailey, okay. Thank you for watching. We appreciate that.
Good morning to Wayne and Dolores Roberts. I didn't mean to butt in, but I think Miss Dolores, saw on Facebook she was going to have a procedure. So prayers for you, Miss Dolores. I hope everything goes well.
Yeah. So. Cindy Skipper joins us from Sugar Lot. Lily and Glenn, how in the world are you doing? As we said, a lot of folks up and stirring, and we do appreciate that. It is Tuesday, October the 12th. And as I mentioned this, can you believe? So we're halfway through this. November's right around the corner. We've got Halloween coming up, which means Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Is that close? And schools are still out today, correct?
They are. Today is the last day for fall break for the kids. They'll be back at school tomorrow. So hopefully they'll enjoy their last day. And it's good, though, that they got a short week. So,
yeah. Boy, I used to live. And if you'll remember back in high school when you were there, you live for those little moments of those few times that you get off.
I know. Yeah, we didn't have, I don't think we had fall break. We had, Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving.
Yes, that was it.
We didn't have a full week or anything for Thanksgiving.
So now it's a full week.
I don't know if it's a full week or not. I don't think it's a full week. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm thinking about fall break and, but we didn't get fall break. But, we didn't go to school. We had 3 full months of summer, didn't we?
Yeah, we went back the day after Labor Day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Boy, that's changed, hasn't it?
I know. We got out in, if I'm not mistaken, we got out in May.
We sure did.
We didn't go back till September. So.
Yeah, it was the 20th of May, it seems like. Was my last day.
Yeah, something like that.
Golly, it's how time flies.
It does fly. It flies by for sure.
So we do hope your morning is going well for you. Good morning, Ron Hopper.
Yes, good
Ron's
morning.
watching on MeTV.
Sandra Williams, good morning. Andy Barnhill, good morning from Dalewood. I bet it's pretty out there this morning.
I always love waking up on the water there. Another headline that America is just enthralled with, if I can use that word. I hadn't used that in a long time. I just felt like I should say it. Dog the bounty hunter supposedly has twisted his ankle and has kind of run out of money and has gone back home and says he's kind of running things from there. Headlines say that dog is done with the search. He is trying to raise funds. As he said, it is expensive tracking someone like that with all of his team. See where this goes. But the guy is still on the loose. He hadn't caught him. No one has. I just
wonder, what is going on. Did you read a thing where somebody posted on Facebook? I'm always talking about Facebook. I scroll through. Well,
that's where most people get their news.
I know. But did you see where some people think that he could be hiding under a flower bed in his parents' backyard? Like there's some kind of a. Yeah.
I have not heard that.
That's kind of crazy and out there. But, anything could be possible.
That's kind of like the fallout shelter thing that we talked about. People burying things and you put it in. Anything is possible.
Yeah, it is.
But no, that's news to me on that one.
I don't know where they would have said something about drone footage. Like maybe somebody was flying over something. I don't know if they saw something that indicated that or what. But you would think if that was a nationally known thing that's the first place they get
Right.
looked, so who knows? Crazy. But
Let's see. Ray Strebeck said when he was in school, he got 2 days off at Thanksgiving and 2 weeks for Christmas.
yeah, we did get 2 weeks for Christmas.
Yeah,
I think
that
they
was-
still do get a couple weeks at Christmas though.
Because the New Year's thing kind of falls there. And works out great. And then the only way to ever get any more of this is to get a government job. Because out in the real world, in the other line of duties, you got to go to work regardless. And you might get a day at Thanksgiving and the day of Christmas.
Right.
So choose your career wisely for days off. All I'm saying.
Right.
And I have learned the later in life and the more I go that it ain't all about how much that paycheck is, but peace of mind and, getting just to live life.
If you work for the school though, you get summer out. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm rethinking this whole school teacher thing. Why didn't I do that?
I know. Me too. Like, can I be I wonder if teachers' assistants get like the summer out.
Of course they do. You just don't get paid.
Well, that ain't gonna work for me.
That's why you see, and depending upon how you do that, if you get paid on a 9-month or a 12-month, however
Yeah.
you want your salary to, that's why you'll see folks, teachers working, during the summer at a Lowe's or something like that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh yeah.
Candace mows grass on the side. Y'all just don't know she's got
Yeah.
this big weed eater business.
Yeah, I do. Kurt's probably laughing at home going, yeah, right.
Ain't seen her behind a weed eater.
I used to do all that myself. I did. I know he probably don't believe me when I tell him that.
But
because
FYI, she's got a man now. I'd throw that out there.
He takes care of a lot of stuff. I'm proud of him. For sure.
News from Jackson, Mississippi finds us that another woman is dead in Jackson, a 25-year-old lady. She was shot multiple times and died at the hospital in Jackson. So condolences to the capital city is another murder there. And murder in Jackson is, I want to say, surpassed last year's murder rate already of where it was at this point last year. Horrible, horrible. That's one of the stories there. Now, a good news, feel good that we've got in the state of Mississippi. And let me show you this young man. Let me pull this up here. This is a Mississippi Valley student, and he is going to be competing in the Food Network's Halloween Wars. Now, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And as you go through here and look at his pictures, his name is, let me pull up his Facebook page here. He is Cortez Allen, better known as Big Allen. And let's go down here and look at some of his works that he's done. This is from the Food Network.
Okay, so it's like is it a cake or is it just like Halloween?
It's Halloween stuff
Made of food.
The best, because Angie watches this type stuff. And
I do sometimes. I love to watch
That's a
when
peanut,
they make
isn't it?
things. Yeah, that's neat.
And you go down his page here, and that's some more there. Here's a cake that he made.
Okay.
And he calls himself the Cake Goat. And I thought, what does that mean? Greatest of all time, if you had to have a translation like me. Okay. I had no clue what that was. But as you go into his Facebook page and you read, apparently he does already selling some cakes and things. And he highly stresses you got to pay before you get your cake. I understand.
Yeah, that would be bad. Because I'm going to tell you what, like specialty cakes, like decorated specialty stuff, I mean, that is a lot of work. Takes a lot of time. And it's a lot of money in it, too.
But that's a big deal for somebody from the state of Mississippi to compete with their cakes and be on a national television show.
That
so
is neat.
Congratulations on that.
Yes.
I'm proud of that for somebody to do that. Let's see what else is going on. This is, if you've got children, babies, you might want to, this should grab your attention. This has been sold online and also at Walmart's. Walmart's. Did I put an S on that?
At least you didn't put a K at the end, like some people at Walmart.
Multiple lots of Parents' Choice Rice baby cereal is being recalled. They're sold across the nation at Walmart and online, have been voluntarily recalled after it tests above the guidance for natural occurring inorganic arsenic. So they're recalling this. Kind of scary sounding.
Yeah, arsenic is not ever good.
Never a good word. They're recalling it on their own, so it's not an FDA thing that they have to. They just feel more comfortable about that. So you might want to check your cabinets if you've got this. Do a recall on that, get rid of it, take it back to the store for a refund if you've got any of that. Always scary when they do a recall.
Yeah, I bought some. It's kind of scared me when you said recall on baby food because my grandbaby, I had bought some stuff for him None of that, though.
Right.
He's beyond that.
I remember about 10 years ago, they done a recall on ammunition. I thought,
Yeah.
that's a trick. I ain't giving y'all my ammunition back. So always watch stuff like that. The governor of Mississippi has extended the state of emergency of COVID for the state of Mississippi. There are not going to be any mass mandates or anything like that coming with this. Okay. This just extends the federal funding for programs to where they've got things set up. So just so you know what's going on with that.
Okay.
We're going to have the FCA coming in tomorrow. To talk about what they're doing of raising money for fellow Christian athletes. Ty Ford's going to be in with us, him and his wife. Okay. They do this. Also, Thursday, we got a treat for you. Alan Brown, Dr. Alan Brown is going to be in, and he's going to be here to tell us about his new book, The Haunted South. This is a children's book.
Okay.
And it's been adapted for children. It's going to be up at, he's going to be doing a book signing coming up at Books A Million, and also he's writing a new haunted series about Kentucky. So, I'm telling you, the guy is great. You'll love the interview.
I've never met him, so.
Oh, you have?
No, I've not ever met him. Mm-mm.
Alan is an original. I've been around a lot of places with him and watched his ghost stories, and he's going to be doing also a tour coming up in Livingston, Alabama. I want to say on October the 26th. It's on a Tuesday night where he'll take you through Livingston, Alabama on a night tour. It's limited people that can come so that you can find out about the ghosts that haunt Livingston, Alabama.
I wonder if he's going to do anything else in Meridian. Like, I
need to ask him that. We'll find out on Thursday.
You know, I'm a scaredy cat, so about stuff like that. I don't know, but
he can tell you all about it, about where they were, you know, the hauntings from the 1906 tornado.
Well, the book that he put out about Meridian, my mother has it. Yeah. And I was reading through it one day. I was just kind of thumbing through it, reading. And I need to sit down and read the whole thing, though, because it has stuff about the 3-foot building.
Yeah, it sure does.
What is the building next to the Meridian Star?
The Pigford building?
Yeah, the Pigford building. That's the one that I had, me and my daughter had the experience in that I told y'all about a while back. That kind of made you go,
There are things that make you go,
Yeah. Yeah.
As we return to Chet's Paint and Body, if you want your car, because this is going to happen to you, it doesn't matter who you are. If you own a car, at some point, it's going to get a scratch, a nick, or maybe worse, be involved in an accident. And you need it put back to the way it was before the accident happened. Sometimes it even looks better after Chet's had it.
Yeah.
See him today. This is inside of a car getting prepped, ready to go in. You don't see that every day as cars that are damaged. Here's one of those that's gotten door damage. And if you go through this, front end damage. Now, this can happen to cars. It can happen to trucks. A Mustang backed into something. We've also got a truck we're going to show you there. And this, of course, the aluminum beds that they show you there at Chet's Paint and Body that they can repair. Not everybody can do that. Again, that front end damage. See it there. If you've had a little accident, see Chet. They'll take care of all this. This is the paint booth. And of course, they can do classic cars. They can do anything that comes with paint to make it look better than it did to begin with. This is the office. They'll drop in and see them. They'll tell you all about it. They'll process the insurance work, contact your agent, handle everything. You won't have to do a thing, and they'll get you your car back in a timely manner, unlike a lot of places that, well, they get your car and you never see it again. Not going to happen to you at Chet's. See them today. They'll take care of you. Chet's Paint and Body. They're located in Center Hill. Easy to call. 737-2961. See the trustworthy folks that so many people have grown to know. That's Chet's Paint and Body.
I was heading out to meet up with my friends on a Friday night, but I never made it. After I finally got home from the hospital, it was obvious. I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
I'm Ben from Greenville, Mississippi, and it took one call and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $600,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on this Tuesday morning. We hope you're doing good and got a smile. 71 right now.
It's nice.
As we're going to have a high of about 86. But the great news is Saturday, we're back into the 70s.
I can't wait. Next week is supposed to be, the temperatures are supposed to be lower and cooler at night. I can't wait because we'll be camping, you know. So.
72, 74 next week is the highs. So,
and in the 50s at night, right?
Yeah.
Some nights. So, We got some other people watching this morning. Let's see. Miss Linda Culpepper, good morning from North Alabama. And Betsy Holly from Sugar Lock, Mississippi. Linda Jane Lunsford says that her granddaughter Avery Luke is playing in the All-Star game in Ridgeland today. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
And Bill Reinhardt, good morning to you.
Glad you're doing good there. Some things that you need to be aware of that are going on. Energy prices are expected to climb is what what do they call those economics people that are forecasting this, which is going to cause food prices to climb a little bit more during the winter months. So be prepared with that. Looks like eggs, this just shocks you. Eggs are going to go up about 15% is what they're predicting. So
I'm coming to get eggs at y'all's house.
We got chickens everywhere.
Are y'all's chickens laying eggs yet?
She gets about I think she said 15 eggs a day from the rooster, not the roosters, but the chickens.
Yeah, from the rest. Goodness.
And she's got this pet one that I guess they made friends when it was a little chick that wants to ride on her shoulder, and she looks like the chicken lady.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying, kind of odd.
I like watching them. I mean, it's neat to watch them.
But I guess what's even more odd is I think most people have seen my dog, Sophie, that when they were chicks, she would let them hop on her, and now she doesn't chase them or try to eat them for lunch. They get along.
That's good.
I say that today, and then Sophie will come back with a big chicken in her mouth and go, look at me, look at me.
She'll cough and feathers.
Yeah. But so far, her and the chickens get along pretty well. Another thing that you need to be aware of, and I didn't think this would ever happen again.
I know. Goodness.
Have you got your toilet paper? Because they're fixing to limit you. Costco and all Walmarts across the United States are going to limit it to one package per customer, anticipating a shortage once again. And I don't have the story in front of me. We've been talking about all the containers that are in Los Angeles port that can't get unloaded. Florida making the comment of send the cargo ships here, we can get it unloaded in a timely manner.
Yeah.
We'll see. I doubt that happens, but somebody needs to take over that.
I wish they'd have done that before homecoming.
Oh.
Have you seen the yards? Oh my goodness. Everybody's yards, got rolled. They should have limited the one.
So if you've got toilet paper in your yard, it might be a good idea to go roll this up, put it in a trash bag. You may need that later. I
did see somebody not long ago, which blew my mind kind of, but, because I don't know that I'd want to use toilet paper that had been laying up in somebody's yard. But somebody was collecting full rolls that were thrown up in the yard.
What would be wrong with that? It's still good. I mean, it's going to be flushed. It's not like.
Okay. I ain't doing it. I'm not going to ever say what I won't do because, you never know. You never know if you got stranded somewhere. I don't know. Who knows?
Think about, say you're off somewhere and there's not a restroom. What you going to do?
I don't know. I lived through the stories of my mama and everybody talking about people using outhouses when she was younger. Yeah, some people had the outhouses. Did you remember ever talking about using catalog?
I'm Sears Roebuck.
Instead of toilet paper.
But,
goodness.
Corn cobs were used for that. That's what they were. That's what the toilet paper was back then.
I bet Ryan Harper's going, what in the world are y'all talking about?
He's been in this situation. He's been around. Let's see. Denise said her neighbor got rolled with toilet paper and she saw someone collecting it in a plastic bag to use later. I honestly don't see a problem with it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Candace ain't touching it. I can see it in her face. No matter what you done, she wouldn't use it.
I mean, like I said, if it come down to it, who knows? But I really wouldn't go. I mean, that wouldn't be my choice. Wouldn't be my first choice.
She's backed into a corner. She don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's go to the next subject of a big story that I read this morning. And y'all out there, my wife kind of handles this, so I don't know that I know the answer to this on my behalf. I almost said my behind. Yeah. I guess it does kind of fit the story. So when you get new underwear, do you wash them first or you just wear them? Because I see a lot of people with jeans, and y'all have seen this.
Yeah.
Got a little sticker that's got the size of the pants on it.
They still got them on there.
Right.
The sticker. Yeah, they forgot. Maybe if it's on the back or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you wash your underwear before you wear it?
I would wash underwear now
Okay.
before you wear it. Any kind of undergarment, I would recommend washing it before you wear it, because you don't ever know. I mean, somebody, not everybody takes baths. Just put it that
There
goes
you
and tries
go.
on. Which I have bought shirts though, and not. I try to wash all my stuff before I wear it, but I have put a shirt on or something.
Right.
I probably should have washed it, because you never know.
Well, I've been in the yard muddy, and you've been off. We went somewhere and we got flooded with. Oh yeah, when Dylan Ray got his first day at Mississippi State, when we went up there, we got flooded and had to go get new shirts because they were soaking wet. But experts tell us that if you don't wash your underwear before you wear them, and this includes ladies' brassieres and things of that nature that you run the risk of getting infections. Let me word it that way.
Right.
They got other words that I'm not going to use. So wash your underwear before you wear them.
Right. But that's like pedicures, people who go get pedicures. If they don't wash those basins out that you put your feet down in, that they fill up with, if they don't wash those each time, that can cause issues too. What I do like is I've seen people, like the place where I would go get my nails, they put liners in theirs and they change them out every time.
See, I don't know these things.
It's like a liner, that they put like a plastic liner down in there.
I have noticed that if you buy a pair of blue jeans that fit you and then you go wash it, they won't fit you no more. I'm just saying. Anybody else ever had that problem? They shrink.
Well, the stretch the stretch jeans and stuff, those things stretch out like as you wear them during the day. I mean, they just don't
fit no more.
They don't stay. I don't know. I've seen people say, "Gosh, these are too big at the end of the day."
I'm waiting for the sweatpant look to come back, because those are really comfortable. If they could work on the pockets where my wallet wouldn't fall out my phone, I'd be like
sweatpants. I remember when we used to go to like one of the local stores, and get a sweatsuit. That was the big thing back in the day when I was in elementary school and like junior high or whatever.
Oh, the zip up type thing.
No, it was like the pullover sweatshirt with the sweatpants, and people would get them monogrammed and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that was big back in a long time ago. But that's comfortable. I can't wait till sweatpants.
So far on all the comments, there's been no one admitting to wearing underwear without washing it first. Just saying, we want to pass that information along.
That's like swimsuits too.
Do you? Oh, I didn't.
People that try on swimsuits, I would wash them.
Because you can't return swimwear to a store. Isn't that like a rule?
Yeah, that's a rule.
But what about people that go try them on?
Yeah, I would not. I don't know. I would just say be careful.
I'm not trying to
be careful. Yeah, I mean, just stuff like that. It's I don't know. Ugh.
Okay, here's a breaking story that maybe you've heard by now, and it makes you think Kamala is fake. Breaking news, she did an interview. There's a program for NASA that has children in it. You would think that Kamala, when she done her interview with the children, would be people that are in the program. Oh, no, it's not so. It's kind of like Joe and the fake White House office. They hired child actors to pretend they were in the NASA program. Why would you do that? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
They're children. I sometimes find it very hard to understand why things are done in America. And that one really, I just don't get it.
Well, I think a lot of things that are going on, not just commercials or whatever, are for show.
Yeah. Definitely on there. So that's news out of Washington this morning that's going on there. Thought you might want to know that. This is almost a bit of good news. A lot of people, if you haven't had it yourself, you know someone by now that has had cancer. They say that they've come up drugs that can make terminal cancer patients vanish.
Their tumors vanish. Yeah.
They're taking 2 pills and mixing them together, and they've had people that had like 2 to 3 months to live that now have made it a year and a half, and that it's not showing up on radar, not on radar, but on scans. So a bit of good news for that.
Thank goodness, yeah.
So as this develops, I certainly hope this will lead into more things. But a ray of hope that if you've got cancer. Because
it's just been horrible for so many people and families, and cancer, we've just been hoping for years that they would find something to get rid of it. A cure. All right.
And we do hope that eventually that will happen there. So we're trying that. Let's see here. What else has happened here? I thought of, I can't show the footage, the next thing that I want to talk about, but this happened not long ago. Some people love the, what is it, when you go for the thrill of a bungee jump. Do you remember a few months back, a lady was getting up there and was getting ready to jump, and they told her boyfriend to, well, it happened again this week. This time, what it was tied to broke, and the lady, and they got the entire footage. You can find it on YouTube. Oh my gosh! But it doesn't show what it shows her going off the edge. Not scared a bit because she felt that she was safe. There is no way that I'm doing that.
Yeah, I did it at the beach one year years ago, but it was like I don't know how many feet. It was high. I mean, it was like higher than a rooftop of a house.
That's pretty high.
It was way on up there. But it wasn't like jumping off a bridge or anything. And it had a big blow up mat underneath it. And you were hooked to not just one little rope thing. It was like a big harness. So it wasn't that scary, but I would never.
That ain't for me.
I ain't jumping off a bridge or.
She jumped to her death. Had no idea that it was coming.
Yeah. I ain't jumping out of an airplane either. You know, hoping a parachute. Hoping the parachute opens. Yeah.
But you had your guts now to jump the height that I can't. I get dizzy.
I don't like heights and stuff, but I did do that. So anyway.
If you're brave, just always make double, triple that everything is correct before you die. Don't just trust somebody that's making $8 an hour to do that, to hook you up. Make sure that it's right.
Right.
Your life is worth more than all that. As we go back and look at things in history today, this was a big deal here back in the day. Robert E. Lee was born on this date. He passed away on this date, 1863. I had that back. I had that wrong. I apologize on that. But he passed away at his home in Lexington, Virginia. That is the statue that was just taken down a few weeks ago there in Virginia. This was a neat deal. 1931, this opened, and you've seen this in tons and tons of movies, Christ the Redeemer. Mm-hmm. That's huge.
That is a big.
It was also featured. Do you remember the movie Behind Enemy Lines? Do you remember watching that? Where he parachutes out of the airplane and it's near that.
I didn't see it, but
great movie if you ever get a chance to see that one.
I'm surprised they hadn't tried to take that down.
There's things happening across this world that we know. Pay attention. 1957, Little Richard got religion upon this day. He was in a airplane and the engine caught fire. And later that night, he rebuked rock and roll. And for the next 5 years, he done gospel music. He eventually goes back to rock and roll, but it was after his, I would call it his moment of glory or your 15 minutes of fame. But he got religion and got out of it.
He was fun to watch.
He was flamboyant.
Yeah, he was fun to watch, though. It was, you never knew what he was going to.
A lot of makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
He probably one of the first entertainers that I ever saw wear that much makeup.
I wonder if that was his, if it was his real hair, if that was a wig.
That was a wig. That had to be a wig.
I mean, did he take it off and just put it on the mannequin at night?
And you probably know more about this than I do, but there's a lot of ladies that wear wigs.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, and I had no idea.
Well, I mean, if you get a good one, like I'm wearing one right now. My hair's really still long. No, but there's a lot of women that wear them. If you get a really good wig and it's got human hair in it that you can wash and cut and color and all that, I mean, you can get them to look just like your hair. You know.
Now, Angie bought one when she had cancer, and we went and picked it out and got the human hair. And then after about 3 days of that, she wouldn't wear it anymore. She just put a bandana on her head and she went about her business.
Yeah. A lot of people say they're hot. Like, they make you burn up.
But there's some out there that are like Dolly. I mean.
Oh, yeah. She's always worn wigs. I would love to see what her hair looks like without a wig. We'll probably never see that.
Yeah, no one, to my knowledge.
Yeah. We'll probably never see Dolly without her wig and without her nails done,
This next guy, I would call this an American hero. I think a lot of people identified with this gentleman. He was born on this date back in 1963. Lane Frost, world champion cowboy, was born on this date. And if you've never seen the movie 8 Seconds, I encourage you to watch that.
Now, this is Luke Perry, though, right? Or is that?
Yeah, that's Luke Perry.
Okay, playing Lane. Yeah. Okay.
The Lane Frost, a great guy, passed away at a young age, gored.
Yes, that was bad. I watched that movie. Actually, we went to the movie theater and saw that movie when it came out.
And then at the end,
awful.
I know. And at the end of that, they come up and they show you the pictures of him and his wife at the end of the movie. But boy,
can you imagine that? I mean, happening though in real time. You sitting there watching that. And something like that happening. And I mean, that's a danger, though, that they go through, you know.
I am not a bull rider.
Yeah.
I respect all you guys that do that. That's a hard life.
Yeah.
You're going to break bones. You're going to.
Can you imagine, like, I would imagine they would be, like, sore and stove up all the time. Like, I don't know how they do it.
It's for a young man. It's all about the gold in the buckle.
Yeah.
It ain't about the money, that's for sure, because you got to really love that sport. But Lane Frost was a big hero there. Who remembers this young lady? She was born on this date, and she made national headlines.
I remember.
Nancy Kerrigan. And I hadn't heard much out of her lately after that little incident there.
Yeah. Now, the other one that supposedly did the hiring of the guy to do it, she's
done reality TV shows and all kinds of things.
Wasn't she in like some kind of rehab?
Yes, she's done that too.
Celebrity rehab or something. I don't know. But she looks a lot different.
Just being honest, can you watch that celebrity rehab stuff to where it's a bunch of drunks and drug dealers?
No, I don't sit and watch it. I've seen it thumbing through channels. Like I might have stopped on it for maybe 5 minutes, if even that long. But no, I don't care to watch that. I mean, I think that that's a horrible thing that people go through when they have to go through rehab and stuff like that. I think or if they've got a sickness or a disease that, you know, is an addiction. I think it's horrible. And I just think for them to glamorize it by putting it on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because, I mean, there are people who have dealt with it for their entire lives. And I just feel like it's just another acting thing for these people that are on TV doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't it Tanya Harding's boyfriend that actually went and done the whooping up on Nancy? Wasn't that who did it, if I remember? It's been so many years ago.
I thought it was some kind of a bodyguard or something. I don't know.
That I thought she dated.
She could have. I don't know. But she was young then, though. Pretty young.
Ray Streetback put out a good point. After, of course, you know, I've met Tough many, many times, Tough Heaterman. After he won World Champion Cowboy, he wrote an extra 8 seconds in memory of Lane. That's pretty good there.
Yeah.
And he held on. Tough's tough. He's about yay tall there. Funny if you've never met the man. Who remembers this guy? It was like a family show there. Kirk Cameron was born on this date back in 1970. So that makes him, 51? Is that right?
He would probably be around 51, but he is really, he's really religious and stuff now. He has this thing, I follow him on Facebook, where it's American Campfire Revival, where he sits out by a campfire and he reads scripture.
Really?
And it comes on daily. Like it has a notification that he's live, and
so each night he's going out to a campfire.
He has an American flag out there, and he has a campfire thing sitting out behind, I guess, their home, and he reads scripture, you know, and he talks about encouraging things, and I think he did like a marriage type thing one time.
I want to say not long ago he came and spoke at Northcrest Baptist Church.
Yeah, he was there. I didn't see it, but I saw, you know, things after the fact.
Pictures on Facebook of people had their picture made with him.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's really, you know, he and his sister is Candace Cameron.
She's in all the Hallmark
Boulay
movies.
or whatever her name is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I always try to give her that other lady's name.
Yeah, but she's, I think they were a success story out of Hollywood, you know, because a lot of times people go the other direction. So
it's a whole lot more and you see the obituary when they're at a young age dying from the party that they went to. Fentanyl taking a lot of them out now. I know this guy. I couldn't name a movie that he's in because I think a lot of them are maybe chick flicks, but he's having a birthday today. 1968, Hugh Jackman was born. Big actor.
He was the wolf guy or whatever. He had the claws. What do they call him? I don't know.
I know the movie you're talking about.
I can't think of the name.
But big actor, but just not one of my favorite actors. He wasn't a Clint Eastwood, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time with him. 1991, this would be the debut when TNN was really huge back in the day. Who remembers that channel?
I remember.
Lori Ann Crook, Miss Legs, that always sit up there and I had to watch it. Go, wow.
Crook and Chase.
Yeah, yeah. The Statler Brothers show debuted on this night back in 91, and they really thought that it wasn't going to be anything to it. It would run a couple of episodes, and it turned out to be one of the biggest hits that TNN ever had. Great guys from Stanton.
I used to love to listen to them.
Ooh, Flowers on the Wall, I'll Go to My Grave Loving You. Also, Second Thoughts, loved that song, but they were good. We also woke up on this date back in 1997 to find out, to hear the news. It would happen midday, I think, if I remember. John Denver would go down in an airplane crash in a plane that he built, a test plane. It ran out of gas, as they would find out later, is what killed him. Horrible news there. It rocked the country music industry. Also, another sad day in America, it was 2000. The USS Cole was attacked. If I remember, there was no retaliation for this. Absolutely nothing done. That was a sad day. We lost 17 sailors in that attack. So a few things that happened on this date as we go back and look at things. Maybe you remember some of those. If we've missed something, send us a note. We'll remind everybody of those also. It's good to remember this, that, the other, what's gone on.
Yes.
Alrighty, we're coming on 20 minutes before the top of the hour. Time is flying today, and we want to remind you about our friends at Snowden and Company that can help you get into the home that you need to be. Maybe you got one now and you think, wow, it's too big for me. Well, she can help you out there, and that's what they do, relocating you, getting you going. Of course, they were chosen as the Reader's Choice. They got 3 of them there. There's sellers there that made the Reader's top choice there from the Meridian Star. Also, don't forget, they've helped you out there with that brand new home. Maybe it's your first home that you've ever gotten.
Right. You could be a new couple that are looking for their first home, and they can take care of you.
And it's a dream home. It is. Let them show you there. Now, if you're getting ready to sell your home and either upgrade or downsize, talk to them to where they can get you. It's high demand right now. Let them show you the extraordinary marketing skills that they've got, negotiations and hands-on coordination of what they can do to help you sell this. A lot of folks do that. This is a few of the homes that are up for sale there. Now, they specialize Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark, and have expanded to the Jackson, Mississippi area. That includes Brandon, Flowood, Madison, and Forest areas there. They'll be there till 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then also by appointment only on the weekend and closed on Sundays. See them. Plenty of homes. That's a new listing also
if I'm not mistaken, too, interest rates are kind of low right now, so it would be a good time to buy.
It sure would. Here's some folks that have sold their home. See Amanda. She'll help you out and get you fixed up with anybody that could help you there. Designated seller representative, certified real estate negotiating expert, all on Poplar Springs Drive. Call them at 601-453-3937. Good folks, hometown folks right here in the Meridian area.
No matter what hat you wear, if you're hurt on the job, you're gonna need me. We've helped thousands of our injured clients get their medical bills paid and recover lost wages. And we're ready to help do the same for you today. One call, that's all.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And, you know, I'm not picking on New York. I know that there's folks that watch from New York, but New York City and a lot of our major cities are not the same that they were, say, 2 years ago. After this big push of defund the police, we've seen crime spike, and we're talking murders, people just taking purses off of you, pulling guns on you, making you empty your pockets. Here's the next thing that is happening a lot. Let me show you the footage.
Yeah, I was just like looking at the footage while Scotty Ray was talking, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary, scary.
And to give you a scenario before you see this, so what you'll know what you're looking for, you're walking down the street with your child.
Yeah.
This is a grandmother with her 3-year-old grandchild. They're coming up to, a crosswalk.
Looks like 3 children that are around the same age.
A homeless man is leaned up against a light pole, and they're coming up there. You know, you come to the crosswalk to walk across. He jumps up and kidnaps one of her grandchildren and runs. Fortunately, this has a good ending to it. A guy was at a gas station, sees what happens, and chases the guy down and catches him. But I want y'all to see this. This comes from Daily Mail here. All right, it's going to start over here.
And look at the babies that are left sitting
All right, here
there.
she is right there. He grabs that child and takes off, wrapped it in a blanket that he had. Now, he was nabbed a block away by the guy that chased him down that was at the gas station. And again, that was a good ending to that story.
Yeah.
It could have been bad.
What's scary is as a mother, I'm sitting there looking at the two left standing there when she runs off. I mean, what if somebody had to grab them too?
Correct.
What if there had been people working together and they grabbed? Oh my goodness!
And
Grandma
was giving it all she had for the chase. She couldn't go any faster.
It's so scary.
But what was his purpose? You try to get into the mind of a criminal. It couldn't have been good what he wanted with that child.
No, why would you?
So that's the story here. And this next one kind of stuns you of where the laws, where we've got people, and I say this, these so-called protests that go burn buildings, beat up police cars, jump up and down on them, and they do nothing to them. Absolutely nothing. They have to stand there and watch. In Wyoming, a 16-year-old girl was handcuffed at school because she didn't have a mask on.
See, that is just crazy to me. If you check out what's happening in Australia, it will blow your mind.
Yeah, do some research on Australia.
Yeah.
They are losing their rights every day. It gets deeper and deeper.
If people are in public and they have I didn't mean to skip from that story, but if people are in public and you just pull up videos, you can see it. They'll throw them to the ground if they don't have a mask on. I mean, tackle them and throw them to the ground and handcuff them if they just are walking outside in public with no mask.
Australia has taken a turn for the worst. And I don't care how you try to shape that up. All this does tie together. It starts out small, as with the statue thing, and now they're throwing red paint trying to get rid of George Washington. It started out, well, he was a hater, and then they just keep going. Another big story last night. Did y'all see this? To where the head coach of the NFL team, the Raiders, had to resign this morning, or late last night. They dug back 11 years of, and I didn't read the email, so I'm just paraphrasing of the headline that I saw of an email that they deemed racist from 11 years ago. He had to resign. He was 4 years into a 10-year contract. He's gone now. 11 years ago. Can you make a mistake 11 years ago and be forgiven? Yes, you can. God can forgive you, but America won't.
Right. What I don't understand is some of the stuff that people are deeming as racist.
There's a lot that
I just think it's crazy. I think it's really crazy.
Another headline, and I think most people that watch us, I know you do, you love your pets, and you would do anything for them. But please, when they're in trouble, be sure of what you're fixing to do. A lady has suffered, she was 20 years old, has suffered third degree burns over 45% of her body trying to save her pup who fell in a geyser. And here's a picture of her and her pup before it all happened here. And bless her heart, she's in a hospital in bad shape. She jumped in to save the puppy that fell in. No word on the puppy, but...
What is that? I mean, a geyser, I know it's water, like hot water coming. It just comes up out of the ground.
Yeah, it's like a Yellowstone National Park, those bubbling things.
Yeah, I've seen them, but I just didn't know I didn't realize they were hot.
Oh, they melt the skin off of you, and that's what's happened to her.
Okay.
So just be careful before you jump in. Know what you're going after. But it's a natural act of
right, because it's like a child to some people. I mean,
it sure is.
Goodness.
Here's another dog story for you. And I guess this can easily happen. You're packing up. Your dog, Sophie, every time I go to town, she's standing at the door looking at me like, you ain't leaving me again. Yeah. I'm going. But a couple was packing their clothes. They were going on a trip. I think it was to Las Vegas. And they get to the airport and they start running their luggage through and they hear something. And the pup had crawled in one of the boots inside the suitcase and was going on the trip with them.
Oh, goodness.
And here he is at the airport, busted.
Now, how do you not know that dog is in the boot?
They said they had no clue that he had done that, but inside the suitcase there. And, of course, they check everything that you've got at an airport now.
Right.
They will find that. But
goodness, it's wondering and suffocate in there.
Yeah. But he made it okay, and no word yet if they turned around and went home.
Right.
I don't know how that ended up there. I guess you'd have to go back home.
Yeah, I mean, what you going to do? Just like, here, keep him till I get back? No, they're not going to do that.
Or you could say, here, honey, you stay. I'm going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that went over real well. Let's see here. Again, if you're just joining us, we broke this news earlier. There was a murder in Meridian last night. If you're coming in late to the broadcast, there was a murder in Meridian last night. A gentleman was murdered around 4 a.m. The Meridian Police Department is investigating. Here's a lawsuit that is coming up. This is another one of those nationwide stories there. And I've only seen it in movies, and I think it was a Dirty Harry movie to where they put a cover like a tarp over the top of a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it's clear. A 14-year-old girl drowned under a plastic pool cover at a swim practice. The parents are now suing the school for $70 million.
How do you, I don't know how some of these things happen. Like, how are you stuck in the pool? And the parents and they put the cover over it, and you don't know.
The parents are saying that it was the school's responsibility. They should have been there. That the team coach, everybody had left, and the child. It's a mess.
It's horrible that happened. I just don't understand how that happened.
That was in Oregon, is where that went down. If you trust me, it's tragedy can happen in so many ways.
Right. I just don't understand how you don't know, though. There's still a kid in the pool before you put the cover on it. I want to show you something here that is a good ending to this. You know, a lot of times you show things that don't end well, but here we go. This is a state trooper here on the left. He narrowly escapes that, and he gives credit and says it just wasn't my time to go. I hope the lady that's left over there.
Yes, she was okay also.
Okay.
But she had run out of gas, and the state trooper had stopped to help her there, and that was in Florida is where that happened. He's okay, she's okay.
That's a good thing.
So we had a great story there.
Yeah, because when you run out of gas, you don't really have the option of getting completely off the road sometimes. No. I would imagine, you know, sometimes they're out.
And if you're by yourself, you can't push it. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I've been there.
I have ran out of gas before. It's been a long time ago, but Kurt's probably going, I'm surprised you ain't ran out before lately.
Because I could see that you might be that type, just talking out loud, might be the type, Candace, that would drive it to that little needle's way over there.
Not me. I would not do that. I have done that several times. Like, I really have. I mean, I'm like, I know how many miles I got left.
See, I'm the same way. Angie is always fussing at me. If it gets below a quarter in her car, she's all bent out of shape.
Yeah.
But I know that even if the little light comes on, you can still make it to town.
Yeah, well, my little Honda that I had now, I knew when my light came on, I can go, you know, another how many ever miles.
Right.
The new vehicle that I have, well, it's not brand new, but the vehicle that I have now is like, I mean, when it gets to a quarter of a tank, you better get to the gas station, like, because it's going to drop quick.
It's going quick.
Like, yeah.
And speaking of gas stations, when you do need a gas station, see our friends. They'll certainly help you here at Maples One Stop Shop. They're all over the Meridian area. They're clean, convenient, and they are locally owned. You'll find them there at Northfield Street, right across from CVS. You can't miss them there. Drop in. Great gas prices, the lowest that they can give you there. And drop your name in for the fuel card giveaway. $50 worth of gas given away weekly. And they're going to start sending us the names of all of our winners. So that's good there. See that. Write your name on the back of the receipt and give it to the clerk. Might be you winning that. Of course, if you like coffee, that cold coffee stuff, a lot of people are into this now.
Yeah, I got a cold coffee yesterday.
Not your thing?
I like the hot.
Well, so, it's your choice. You
right, but some people love the cold, and they have it. If you
the caramel, French vanilla, mocha. I'm not sure what mocha is, but a lot of people love it there.
They do.
That's at the Broadmoor. And then if you're on the hot side, if you like the hot coffee, as she does, you can get that, and they've got the loyalty program there. Your 6th cup is free, won't cost you a penny there.
Don't forget to get your little card punched.
Yeah. They'll do that. The attendant will help you there at the counter there. Get it all taken care of. Again, they've got cold drinks, candy bars, bag of potato chips that you're looking for, and a great lunch where you get a piece of pizza, chips, and, of course, a fountain drink, all for only $4.99. You can find that all there. Of course, bait shop. You can get all of your lottery tickets, all at Maples One Stop, Bonita Chevron, Pine Springs Country Store, or Last Chance Tobacco on 493 and Broadmoor Chevron. See them today at Maples One Stop Shop.
I'm calling about my accident claim.
Don't let the insurance company beat you up. I'll take the fight to them and get you everything you deserve. One call, that's all.
As we head to the grocery store, don't forget about our friends out of the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Joe's still got these great prices on pumpkins. $4.99 if you're going to be doing some carving for Halloween. Yellow onions, $1.99 for that 3-pound bag, along with the bell peppers, red, yellow, orange, $2 for $3. You can also get those fresh tomatoes, that 4-pack for $1.99, along with oranges. Great price on them if you like apples. Who doesn't like an apple? $3.99 for that 3-pound bag. Also, manwich for a quick meal. You can get those for $1. That's some of the specials there, along with ketchup, A1. Boy, it just gets better and better. Those Check Mix or Bugles, they're habit forming, 4 for $5. And of course, drinking water at a great price. Steaks, certified Angus, $6.99. Of course, along with boneless pork loin. All these prices are good through the end of business today. They'll have new prices tomorrow. Check them out. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. See Joe. He's a friendly neighbor there that'll help you out there. And Candace wasn't waving to folks just a moment ago.
I was going. There's a gnat in here that just appeared all of a sudden. I hadn't seen it.
First, you had something that you had to get out, and you were waving your hands like me, 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 me.
No, it just like appeared all of a sudden. It's like flying around my face. I'm waiting on it to just land on me.
Oh, have mercy.
Goodness.
Let's see here. Other things that are happening around the world. Tragedy in this story here. It was a nurse that had been in the hospital, and she was hit, mugged, and she died in New York. Hit her head. They mugged her, knocked her to the ground. She's passed away, and she was a cancer nurse. Bless her heart. Those things like that just... Trump is in the news once again. He's revealed his list of people he don't like.
His enemies.
Imagine Trump coming up with a list like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
But,
and let it be known to everybody. I don't know what he's thinking.
I have to say this on Trump. I've never seen a man that has been disliked so much and done so wrong by others. Even when he's done good, they've done him bad.
Right. And he always has an adjective for everybody that describes
and it usually sticks.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe. You come up with that one.
Right.
I forget what Nancy's was, but he's had several for her.
Yeah.
But Mitch McConnell at the top of his list. Psycho Liz Cheney is there. What's his name for Pat Toomey?
Stupid Pat Toomey.
Weak Larry Hogan. And that last one.
And overrated General James Mattis.
So Trump's given his list there.
I think he was being kind by saying overrated.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't give him a little more detailed.
At his rally, he might do that.
Yeah.
Always interesting.
He'll probably have another description for him.
Still no announcement that he's going to be running for president. I think it is mostly expected that he's going to be doing that. And experts say, one of the guys that worked for him, Jason Miller, that worked for him at the hospital, says that Trump, he looks a whole lot better since he's not president. Says that he looks happier. He's lost 25 pounds, and he's just doing what he likes now. Doesn't have the pressure. Truly, no matter who you are, if you're a Republican or if you're you look at Obama of when he started. He didn't have gray hair in his head. By the time he left.
Yeah. All the presidents look like they aged 10 to 15 years. Yeah. I mean, just in a 4-year period.
But can you imagine, because you have people that bring you information every single day of the horrifying things that go on in the world, and you've got to make a decision. Now, of course, you've got some other branches of government.
Yeah, unless you're our president now and you really, all you do is sleep and kind of
let somebody else handle it for you. That could happen. But
and act like you're at the White House.
It is a very, very tough job that I wouldn't want. You couldn't give me that job.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it either.
You will be destroyed. You think about you've done well in life. You've got a little money saved, and you go in that office, and they're going to find something that you might have
dig up
said.
every little tiny thing you said or did. Yeah, that just is crazy.
Anybody that runs for that office is subject to be torn apart. Any office nowadays, if you're running for governor or senator, boy, yeah, I don't want any part of political office. Speaking of that, Hillary says she ain't leaving the office. She will always be in politics until they cart her away. Yeah. So if you were thinking that she was done, it's not over. She's got a new book coming out, too. Could be a best reader. I highly suggest you getting that and telling me what's in it. They say the James Bond movie that's been put off is not really all that great. It didn't do well at the box office. It only done $56 million in its opening weekend in America, done $35 million in the UK. Not much at all. I forget how much it cost to make that film, but it was a lot.
I just wonder, well, it does say which has 5 times fewer people and no vaccine, mask mandates. I wonder if it's because of like COVID. Maybe people are not going to the movies as much.
That could be. Yeah. There will be a day before long that movies will not be at theaters on their release. It will be directly to your home computer, your TV, your phone. It will be a live streaming download that night.
Yeah.
Those days are very, very close.
I wish they would go back to like having the drive-in theater, because that would be neat. I think to take the kids to watch a movie and sit in the car, that would be really neat. I see a lot of people like buying up, and I was scrolling through one of the sites the other day where people were selling things, and like the big outdoor blow up things, that's coming back. So
it's coming right around the corner. We'll tell you about William Shatner headed off to space tomorrow, and we want to say thank y'all for coming by. We've reached the end of our time again.
Yes.
They just cut us off.
It's flown by. It really has. But we hope you have a wonderful day, a blessed day, and stay safe, and we'll see you back in the morning at 8 a.m.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by